Hi John, this is the little Fudge Clavichord that I have for sale. It was built in 1984. When you will receive with it, and I'll have an envelope probably taped to the top of the lid. And this is the string chart on it, which I got from Harpsichord Clearinghouse, as you can see. Glenn Jatari, the manager there, stating what the instrument is. And in case you need string replacements, rarely. I mean, the strings just don't break very often. That's one of the wonderful things about the instrument. Once it is in tune, unless it's hauled around or banged out or jarred, it doesn't lose tune badly. So tuning is not a terrible problem on them, except to me they usually sound out of tune. But once it's tuned, it will stay there. But should you need a replacement string, you can get it from Harpsichord Clearinghouse, and this tells you what the strings are, the gauge of the strings, each one of them. Cover closes like that. Clavichords, I don't know how much you've read about them, but because of the tension of the strings, they tend to twist the cabinet. They call that cocking on them. This one has very little of it. I use this is a Listerine breast mint package just wedged under the back of it, but you can see, I think you can see, that it is a little bit, has just a slight variation in the bottom of it. And that is from the case just twisting just a little bit because of the tension of the strings. But I put this prop under it, anything like that, and this is not bad. Many of them are really bent up, but anyway, that stabilizes it for playing. When you receive it, it will have some bubble wrap under the strings, between the strings and the key levers. The workmanship on this thing is very nice, and what you'll need to do is just take the name board, what we normally call, like on an organ we call it a name board, whatever that is to lift it out, and then you can pull the bubble wrap out from under the strings and replace the name board. Should you need to get a key out, the keys, you can't see it from there, but they're all numbered right here. And one of the beautiful things about the clavichord is its simplicity. There's just nothing to this. But if you need to remove a key, take the name board out, then lift the key and twist it to the side and bring it out. There's a pin that is going into the key right at the end of the key part, where it turns into the lever, and then at the end of it, before beyond the tangent, is a guide pin that matches back there. So to put the string back in, just turn it to the sideways so the tangent doesn't hit. Put that in the slot in the back, then over the pin at the front, and the key is back. If you've read or know something about the clavichord, you know it has what is called listing in it, listing cloth. That is this woven material between the strings here to keep them from vibrating on the opposite side from where it speaks, opposite side of the soundboard from the tangent from where it speaks. This is just to dampen it there. And then this is called a listing board that goes on top of it that keeps the the variation. You can do a vibrato with these strings, as they call B-bone or something to that effect. And this is to minimize that. And if you're playing it and you hear something, a rattle starting to develop, it is most likely in that listing board. Just take it out, or it's just not snug as snugly in as it should be. Just needs to be repositioned. I've occasionally had a rattle come up in the name board but usually just taking it out, and I think at one point it was sticking, a key was sticking, and I simply put a paper wedge between the key and the name board for a couple of days, and it just removed the tension where it was striking on. So say it's a very simple instrument. When something goes wrong with it, it's very easy to see what is wrong with it, and usually I've never had anything. Well, first of all, I hadn't much of anything go wrong with it, but other than the rattle and the sticking key, and I've been able to fix anything myself. And I am not mechanically inclined. I can't fix anything. Over